Mr. Ari Kalker, one of the founding members of the Lone Soldier Center in memory of Michael Levine and Director of Housing, to address us.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. This evening is a very difficult time for me, as someone who has served as a lone soldier in the IDF and fought for this country. I lost great friends at my side, fighting to keep Israel free and to keep Israeli citizens safe. In my own unit, we lost 3 amazing young men, including one of my closest friends, who gave their lives at the young ages of 19 and 20 for us to have the privilege to sit here tonight. This is an incredibly hard night for their families, for me, and for all of the nation of Israel. I was mourned collectively for the sons and daughters we have lost. Almost 51 years ago, the most significant battle in our nation's history was fought here on this hillside, where you are sitting, where I am standing, and on this hillside spread out before me, behind me. Ammunition Hill is sacred ground. In the pre-dawn hours of June 6, 1967, 120 Israeli soldiers entered into battle here. The Jordanian army's most elite forces held the high ground, had machine guns embedded across the ridge behind me, and knew every inch of this hillside like the backs of their hands. In the course of the battle, the attacking Israeli forces suffered a 100% casualty rate. Every member of the attacking Israelis was left wounded or killed in action. 100 Jewish warriors charged up the ridge behind me, and very few walked away to tell the tale. Eitan Aveh was a new father when he was called up for reserve duty in 1967. When Eitan's unit reached a position in the trench where they could no longer advance, his commanding officer asked for a volunteer to climb out and clear the way forward with a burst of a machine gun. This meant almost certain death. Eitan didn't hesitate, not for 1 second. Time again, he ran ahead of his unit, climbed up out of the trench, and gave covering machine gun fire to his friends below. His friends remember Eitan as the guardian angel who protected them from above. As they crouched and crawled forward, Eitan stood tall and brave above the lip of the trench, surrounded by the smoke from his gun and the shells falling around him, engaging the Jordanians with every bit of his being until he fell. When Eitan's body was recovered after the battle, it was riddled with dozens of bullets. For his bravery, he was awarded Israel's highest military award, the Medal of Honor. Another hero of the battle here was Yigal Arad, a lone soldier who served as a medic. Yigal would run into enemy fire to evacuate his wounded brothers. His commanders and other medics offered to switch him and let him have a rest, but he refused. From the beginning of the battle till the very end, he kept running forward under fire, evacuating wounded soldiers, and then returning to evacuate more. For his actions here, Yigal was awarded our nation's second highest honor, the Medal of Courage. Yigal recovered from wounds sustained at the battle here at Ammunition Hill and went on to fight and unfortunately fall in the Yom Kippur War, while continuing to save lives. He was killed while evacuated wounded soldiers from a minefield under heavy artillery fire in the northern Sinai in 1973. These are just 2 of the hundreds of stories of bravery and sacrifice on this sacred mountainside. These men did not fall in vain. Their bravery led to the retreat of the Jordanian army from the entire Jerusalem area. That is why the Lone Soldier Center brings every drafting lone soldier here to this mountain to learn about bravery and leadership and courage under fire. As a nation, we have learned our lessons from the Holocaust. When Israel is under attack, we defend her. In the lead up to the 6-Day War, thousands of young people came to Israel. In the aftermath of the Yom Kippur War, thousands more volunteered and made Aliyah. Throughout the Second Intifada, more and more young people heard the cry of their people. We saw buses explode and Jewish blood once again spilled in vain. And we took it upon ourselves to move to Israel and fight to defend her, Jewish life and Jewish dignity. For the past 3 generations, tens of thousands of young Jews have answered that call and stepped forward to protect the Jewish people. Today this country is defended by over 7,000 lone soldiers. These exceptional young men and women are the embodiment and definition of Zionism today. They leave their families and homes behind to fly to the other side of the world, pick up an M16, and go into harm's way to keep us all safe. Shortly, we will hear the stories of 3 extraordinarily brave and motivated young men who came here on their own with no obligation or expectation to serve in the Israeli Defense Forces. 3 men who made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our homeland and our liberty. Yeh zichram baruch.